I'm Ted Nesbit, State Representative for the 8th District, and that's in part of Mercer County and part of Butler County. I'm down in Harrisburg for the farm show, and I'm standing in the food market section that is relatively new to the farm show this year. And joining me is Kerry, and could you explain what your position is here?
I am at the farm show, I'm the chair of the cheese competition and the cheese exhibit. When I'm not doing that, I do provide technical support in cheese and to the dairy industry at Penn State Food Science Department.
Okay, and we're at the exhibit where they have a bunch of different cheeses. What's kind of the purpose here other than to expose people to new things?
The purpose of this is the cheese competition. So like we have other competitions in our commodities, we started this 5 years ago at the request of the farm show to really bring more notoriety to cheese, help improve the industry, and through the competition, the cheesemakers get feedback from the judges. So it really helps them to improve their cheese-making business.
And you're part of the Penn State, you're a professor at Penn State, and agriculture is very important to Pennsylvania. I already talked to the secretary today. How important is it that we educate people about the industry and different things here at the farm show?
It's extremely important. We're one of the largest dairy states in the nation, and cheese is up and coming in popularity among consumers. So the more we can teach them about products, the more they can get exposed to them. And you can see from the cases behind us, we have quite a wide variety of cheese.
Okay, and if you could explain, I mean, everybody kind of knows cheddar in America, but what are some of the things they can get here they can't get at home?
Well, in our competition, we had, this year we had 47 cheeses. It's our 5th year. We had 13 classes, and we have classes like cheddar and Swiss and blue cheese. We have a separate category for flavored cheeses. We have for smoked cheeses. But then we have these categories that are sort of catch-all, like a semi-soft or soft cheese from cow's milk. And you get a whole range of cheeses. There's no standard of identity, but this is where cheesemakers can get really innovative with what they make and develop their own cheese with its own name on it. We have things like bloomy rinded, so think about a brie cheese from cow's milk or goat's milk. And what's really delightful about the Pennsylvania cheese industry is we have big commercial processors that make, last year we had, in the last few years, from Fairview Swiss Cheese up in Mercer, they make cheese in 200-pound blocks. Now their cheese goes out to a cut and wrap operation, so it's going to show up in 1-pound blocks in your grocery store. There are other cheese makers that we have in the state that spend more time doing more direct sales, so we can make cheese in as little as 4-ounce packages. We've got goat cheese, we've got cow's milk cheese, we do have some sheep cheese manufacturers in the state. So by having this contest, we have all these different categories to judge cheese, and that helps expose people to the different varieties, different flavors. In this case right now, we've got cheddar, we've got flavored cheddar. What's coming around right here, this is smoked cheese. We have a smoked Gouda and a smoked cheddar. And we have some of our fresh goat cheeses. And then coming around next are some of our flavored cheeses. So a whole range of cheese. And I think people get used to cheddar and Swiss, but they don't realize the diversity of cheese that's out there. I judge for another competition, and we have 100 different categories of cheese. So there's a lot to learn.
And all of this for sale if people come down from our district, come down to buy?
Well, we have sometimes during the week we've got cheesemakers that are here to sell. Right now we've got them signed up for Monday through Friday. We won't have anybody selling. And the people that are selling at this booth have been in the contest. There are 2 vendors in the marketplace down on the other end that are here all week. So when we judge cheese, we ask the cheesemakers to send in the cheese in the format that it was made, because we're really looking at the craftsmanship and the quality of the whole thing. And for cheesemakers that make small cheeses, they send in a few pieces. Some people make cheese in 4-ounce wheels. Some people make them in 20-pound blocks or 40-pound blocks or 15-pound wheels. We have one cheesemaker up in Mercer County, Fairview Cheese, that makes Swiss cheese. It comes in a 200-pound block. So Mr. Kohler sends us every year a 200-pound block of cheese. And it comes, this was the shipping box from a couple years ago. This was one giant piece of cheese. And normally his cheese would go to a wrapping operation to be used in grocery stores. And what we do with this is we evaluate it, and then some of this cheese gets used at the VIP reception. We use it for sampling at the show, and anything that's left over goes to the farm bank. So we don't let any of our cheeses in the contest go to waste.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you at home for joining us as well.